What is going on, everybody? Poker Dad here. In this video, I am going to be reviewing a tournament that I played over on ACR. It was an $11 5K guarantee, just a regular weeknight tournament that I final tabled. And just figured instead of just reviewing it on my own, I might as well make a video, chuck it up on YouTube, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to probably go through a lot of this pretty quickly. I mean, there are 381 hands, and most of them are not worth really super analyzing, so I'm going to kind of fly through this. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. I'm not going to obviously commentate on everything as we flick through hands, but when something interesting comes up, we'll talk about it. Obviously, a pocket threes hand we'd be opening up here. I'm opening up 2.5x. And my general strategy here is opening up 2.5x until we get to about 60 big blinds effective approximately. One thing I do want to do is open up almost everything I wanted to look at, but I do want to pull out Range Trainer Pro, just checking some opening ranges. See if we're missing any spots here. I'm curious about this Queen 6 here. So this is Range Trainer Pro, which I do use very often. Cool program. I just actually just did a review of this, so go take a look at some of the other videos. You'll see a review here on Range Trainer Pro. I'll leave a link to it in the description. But here we are going to be looking at our open ranges. And I'm sure this is like bottom of the range here. I am in the hijack here, and about 80 bigs, and yeah, I mean it's a very low frequency open, so really didn't miss one here. In fact, we start opening this like at 25 big blinds, and that's about it. And if we ever miss it, it's really not that big of a deal. Which we did here. Oh, we didn't miss it because somebody opened. Right, well, never mind. Never mind. Pocket twos we could open here. We can fold. It's really not that big of a deal. We do. Oh, all right. Disregard me. Really, I forget that sometimes you guys gotta press the button. We're in the big blind. All right, so obviously here we're calling. We do get a set of twos, which is beautiful. Goes check, check. Definitely want to bet here. I'd rather bet on the larger side. I'd like to go maybe about 4 big blinds or so. I get close to that. Even get like a little bit bigger, I think. Obviously the queen is really good for our opponent's range. Definitely should be able to get some value here. And he does call. And obviously this is a great river card for us, especially if he did have a queen. It's a little scary for him with the diamond coming out there, but again, I just want to go for max value here. And he folds, which is fine. Nine five would be pretty loose, I think, here. It still might be an open, though. Yeah, it is an open, 100%. So, but I don't think it's like missing that spot's the worst thing in the world, obviously. Bottom of the range. Spots too, like I wonder if I'm um missing. I think more cutoff and button here would be calling here, but let me check this one here. So this is verse single raise. We are in the hijack. Verse MP2 at 70, 80 bigs around there. We'll do 80. And no, actually, look actually, hijack is actually super ridiculously tight. Actually, when we take a look at it, and we're actually mostly gonna be raising here, three betting, than we would ever be calling, and we're folding a ton actually. So yeah. was actually started this tournament on time. I late reg a lot on ACR, and I play a lot of the tournaments I've really gone to play on ACR are they're 2 hour tournaments, 2 hour late reg tournaments. I just like those ones the best, and I seem to do the best in those. So those are the ones I really kind of target to play. Very picky about what I play on ACR because I just don't want to play any of these tournaments that are that have like 4 hour late reg, 5 hour late reg, even like the like 3 hour late reg. All that's I really enjoy the 2 hour late reg tournaments. I mean, especially on weeknights, because sleep is a thing. Sometimes you just want to go to sleep eventually. It's an interesting spot here. We could check call, we could check raise. In this spot here, I like the idea of check raising for protection. Our opponent's going to probably be c betting most of their range here, and yeah, I do go for the raise. Take it down. This is a spot here. I'm pretty sure is a call. Let's just double check it. Button. We got about 60 bigs. And we are versus the MP2. And yep, Jack 8 is a call. We can raise it sometimes as well. But I think it's fine as a call. Our opponent's behind. This guy's a little bit aggressive, so I mean, this guy could definitely squeeze us off of the pot here. 367 hands, 9% 3 bet, which is really where probably he should be. So that could give us an idea of the 3 bet here, but for the most part, I'm just going to be calling. Let's go 4 ways, which is fine with a hand like Jack 8, but obviously this flop here is really not much happening. Easy to get out of the way. Definitely going to call here at the 7-8 suited. Everybody's in there. We do have an open ender. Half pot bet here. Jam. Ready to obviously getting the hell out of the way. 7-8 suited actually did. Oh my god, 7-8 suited jammed. We folded that jam. That's kind of funny. Chaos over here. Yeah. Interesting. I should just make a note on this player that he did that in case we ever see him at the tables again. The fact that pre-flop he jammed with the opening a straight draw. How many bigs was that? 40 big blind jam during a rebuy period. During a re-entry period. Color so I know that it's. This is the tricky part. It's like making these notes and then knowing that you made a note on them, and I need to come up with a color that's. Yes, this way then I kind of know. Oh, let me check my note on this guy because I have other color codes I use in game, like these here, like for regs and stuff like that. I'm sure I don't have like specific notes on them. But Poker Tracker 4 creates your own notes, creates notes for you. But I think like the notes that you create yourself are a lot more, are just a lot better than anything Poker Tracker can give because who could really read this stuff here? Too much to read. 5-4 here in the hijack. The spots is obviously like super close, but good to see. Yep, that's an open that we missed. But we're missing some opens here, but I mean nothing big. It's just like again bottom of the range openings. Huge deal. I think I want to keep an eye on. This is a 2 hour late race tournament. Um, Late regens in the 1,000 blind level. Just want to keep an eye on that. I wish I knew what in the money was in this. When we'll know like we're on the bubble, but we could probably get an idea if I'm making, especially if I'm making tie folds. I do have this recorded. I do record all my sessions, so if I really wanted to go back and just check the recording real quick to find out where in the money was, I could do that if it's if we're kind of not sure. This I think here is just a call. I guess we could probably 3-bet this as well. 50 bigs. We're in the cutoff versus MP. And very small percentage, so mostly just calling though. Interesting ace 6 suited ends up being a fold 50% of the time. But yeah, it's fine just calling. I'm trying to find spots to 3-bet more. But yeah, this is fine. And it goes multi-way, which is fine. We do get a pretty favorable flop here. Pretty big bet here. Just gonna call. I think we just check this back. Honestly, I don't really see much purpose to betting here. Yeah, I don't see much purpose to betting here. And again, same thing here. Just easy check back. Yeah, it's too bad we didn't hit the flush. We'd have gotten paid very nicely. Not sure what this is. This is 100% definitely an open. Did not have to even go check it. Definitely missed one here. Who knows what happened? See, this is another interesting spot here. The call we could squeeze. Now the issue is this guy. Here's the one issue. This guy here has 12 big blinds and he's flatting, which is very odd. Now he's definitely looks like a recreational player. He's a 45-28. This is VPIP, PFR, RFI, 3-bet, and limp stat. So I think we just call it considering that. But I think this would actually make a pretty interesting squeeze spot normally. If we take a look at ranges, overcalling button versus cutoff and middle position. And about 50 bigs, I'd say. Just in general. Obviously, not in this situation. But yeah, this actually is one that we can squeeze 45% of the time. I guess something I need to start doing. I don't do it enough. But pretty sure I flatted here, of course. Pretty cool flat. Uh, all right. I mean, I think we just wow. Okay. Um, what do we do here? What do we do here? We could call. We call this guy jams. We just got to go all in. We can go all in ourselves. We could raise to 36 and have him jam is another option. This guy's got, but 36 now, it's not really an option because they only is with 10 behind. Honestly, I think we just have to freaking jam this here. I really hope that's what I do here. I do call. I mean, calling is not terrible either because we got to call off Bizu's jam anyway. If he did jam, that's an interesting spot though. Definitely an interesting spot. But we do hit, which is great. And I think just honestly just jam this. We could bet small, I guess. It's just awkward no matter what, so I think we just jam it. All right. That is my son James. All right, King 8 here. I think it's fine. It's a fold versus under the gun. Pocket nines here with Paul. A lot of multiple pots in this tournament. Um, I don't mind actually just betting here. Clear out some equity. Take the pot down now. In position. I don't mind a bet here. Yeah, and I like these small bets as well. We get a call now. Obviously, we can check back here. We could bet if we wanted to, but fine, just checking back. Just try and check this one down now. But I mean, the idea of this hand here with betting is just kind of just to get this pot heads up on the turn. We check, we're kind of giving up, and I'd rather just actually bet. A lot of times we take it down still. Just fine overcalling this here. I think we just fold this here versus under the gun. Ace Queen, definitely don't mind three betting this here. Get a small three betting against this. This is kind of odd. When this player has 20 bigs, really should just be rejamming. He just should not really have a three bet range here versus the cutoff. If we take a look at the big blind versus cutoff here at 20 bigs, yeah, I mean it's either jam or call here. So like when he three bets, it just feels like really, really like so freaking strong here. Problem is like he's giving us such a darn good price. Uh, but we need 27% equity plus we're in position. The problem is it's like if we have top pair here, he's gonna have ace king, ace queen. He's not really gonna have ace 10 most likely. If we hit a jack, I mean a jack is actually a lot better if he doesn't have like aces or kings. It's just awkward. It just gets really, really super awkward. If we take a look at, if we just like gave him like a really freaking nutted range, I guess. We don't know what the hell he's doing. Plus this player. Here's the other thing. Actually, I just want to point out real quick is that we have 204 hands on him, and he's only three bet 2% of the time, which is basically like he just doesn't three bet. So when he does three bet, we could assume that he's got a ridiculously tight range. This right here is 4%. This is more than 2% right here, and we're giving him this. And this is more than 2% right here. So, yeah. So if we just did that, and we put in ace jack off, we have 25% equity. So despite the fact that like he's given us like a really good price, we actually do not have enough equity even to call versus that range. So like it's so attractive. It's like, my God, he's like we only have to call three big blinds more, but it's just actually probably a fold. I'm glad I did. And I'm pretty sure in game I recognize the fact that he had a 2% three bet, which is basically just never three bets. 8-7 suited here, I believe, is still going to be an open with 40 bigs. I folded it. I think I'm missing a lot of opens here. I mean, we've seen me miss a bunch of opens so far, which I'm not really too thrilled about. This is from the hijack at 40 bigs, and yeah, I mean 8-7 suits open all day. I mean we're opening up our suited connectors down to 6-5 here. When did we stop? 30 big blinds now. We're cutting out 6-5. I mean, yeah, look at me, 25. The 20 big blinds is when we start saying, all right, but not 8-7. 8-7 was still opening or like just flatting. So, but yeah, that feels pretty bad. Pocket nines in the button here. We're still in the late reg period. Winding down, only two more levels of the late reg period here. We get a jam. I think just the best play here is just going to rejam. With pocket nines, backdoor Boris should fold a bunch here. I do flat, which is fine. I guess it's fine too. Um, yeah, I guess flatting is fine too. I just like kind of like rejamming though, but this is fine as well. And we get a boat. And like just out of curiosity, like what are we rejamming here? I'll break out ICMizer. So my opponent here jams. With six bigs. There's also no small blind here in his hand either. Yeah, I mean, look how like yeah, all of our suited aces down to ace five, ace six. All this stuff is like we really don't have to like rejam the stuff here, but over pocket pairs, except for pocket twos, you can cut out pocket threes, pocket fours. But I mean, as you can see here, we're supposed to be rejamming a lot, and I'll tell you, I'm not rejamming a lot of this stuff myself. But I mean, nines is pretty much printing. Easy, easy peasy. Especially when we get a boat. Definitely want a C bet here. C bet small is fine. Open up ace 10. Another weird spot. All right, this is like almost like this one is just almost as odd as the other spot we had to deal with. This is a little bit different. Now we only have 19 hands in this guy, so we don't really have a sample size. He's three bet once. It looks like he's got a big three bet percentage, but he's only three bet once. He's only got 19 hands. But like, this is one of those. Oh man, this is so stupid. Honestly, I really no other way to put it. Um, because again, like we could be completely freaking dominated here, but we only need 19%, and we have no clue what this guy's free betting percentage looks like. So I think we just got a call. We can never fold here. I don't think we did. Wow, I'm kind of surprised. I guess I just felt like in game we're gonna be playing out of position, which also kind of sucks as well. Um, I don't know about this stuff, but it's really hard because we don't really know much of anything on this particular player. Yeah, I don't think I like that. I think to a min three bet, we just got to call it. It just seems, but it seems like so nutted when people do things like that. Here definitely the call. This is a spot I struggle with here. I fold a lot. I'm not really sure if we're supposed to be calling this or not. Let's check. Let's check range trainer. About 25 effective. We're in the cutoff, and we are versus middle position. It's a mix of everything. 45% fold, 20% call, and 35% raise. Calling is like probably the least attractive option here. So like a raise, it's really more between like raise and folding. And I mean, I have no problem just folding this here. I think I'd rather three bet than fold. I think would be the better option of the three. Definitely call. Here we just limp in the small blind. We take a stab. Go to top pair, which is nice. Take it down. Ace 10. So far, I think it's been a pretty smooth tournament. We are past late reg now. I'm going to pause the video for a second because I'm going to get myself a cup of coffee. And I think also I'm going to take a look at see if the video for this so I know exactly when the money is. So we have an idea of where we are like, when we're near the bubble, just to be able to look at our bubble play as well. So I'm going to pause the video real quick. For me, it'll be a few minutes. For you guys, it'll be 1 second. Be right back. All right, here we go. We are back. 9 in all suit. Bye bye. Walk, which is always nice. Um, yeah, so this is an interesting spot. I wasn't really sure if I should be rejamming this or not. My guess is no. My guess is no, but it's six big blinds. Let me take a look at this one. I think it's like just like super close, obviously. Drinking coffee, by the way. Yeah, it actually is a rejam. It's not super printing, but it actually is a pretty profitable rejam. So there's one I was kind of thinking about, especially considering that there's no small blind here. All right, so the money is at the 2,000 to 4,000 level. So we keep an eye on that so we know at what point we're at the money bubble. But yeah, that hand there we could have definitely went all in, but I mean it's close. It's not like it's like slam dunk, of course. Um, Here I think we just got to go all in. Austin Mill is really short. Um, I think we just jam our jacks here all day. And unfortunately, our opponent ends up getting quads. That's no good. But yeah, I mean that's a rejam all day. I think even like here, just to double check it, I just want to see what's the bottom of our rejam range look like over here when we have an open and then the jam. It's just really good to check this stuff, even if like we know Jax is slam dunk, to see what What else was she jamming? Because I mean, this is just one specific situation, and we could jam all the way down to sixes. Although sixes really isn't printing. Really starting with eights is where things are really start happening here. And I like to call this the arrow, right? Because it looks like an arrow. So we can see here like ace jack off would be super close, but ace jack suited, like guaranteed, we should be just rejamming it. So pretty much the arrow, and I'd say all the way down to eight. Sevens are okay, sixes are eh. Um, so good to know. 6-2. Another interesting spot that I definitely want to look up here is should we be calling this? I think we should not be calling this. I think this is going to be a similar situation where we're kind of looking at the arrow. I'm going to say maybe in terms of suited aces. My guess is suited aces, we're going to go down to like ace nine suited. I think is what we would be looking at. Let's go take a look. I'm going to say ace nine suited, the suited aces. And I'll say like ace 10 offsuit. And I'd say pretty much like fours plus. King jack suited, maybe. Let's see how close I am. Oh, all the way down to ace four suited. So ace five suited is a call here. Again, it's not printing. You see here it's in yellow, which means it's like, you know, we can go either way really. Down here I said ace 10, which is pretty close. I said fives plus. It's fours plus. King jack suited, king queen suited. So interesting. Should be calling a lot more than I even thought here. King queen off even is kind of printing here. So definitely very interesting. I'm pretty sure probably in game I probably folded this. This is just not a spot that I'm finding yet. Another interesting spot here. We're gonna look this one up. I think we got 25 bigs. This guy's got 17, 13, 15, 19, 19. Like I feel like if we call, there's a chance that one of these guys, especially these two here, possibly can just go over the top. So the question is like, I don't think really calling is an option here. So then it becomes a question of like, should we three bet? Should we jam? Um, I think I rather would three bet here, 3x. Could even go 2.5x, then jam it. Because then we can fold to like his jam here. So I don't like this call at all. We're gonna look this one up though. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So let's see. We're 25 effective. Wow. Okay. I made the right. See this time here. I thought I played this poorly, but it turns out I played it correctly. Like, what is the? Is it just not profitable at all as a jam? I don't think it would be a good jam, honestly. It is a profitable jam. Um, yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. I said three bet. So three bet. So the bottom line is three bet's just not really an option. really would have to jam it, or we would have to call here. And GTO is calling for a straight up 100% call. Definitely interesting. See, most of the stuff that we've been looking at today, the post swap stuff, I think has been fine. It's been pre-flop stuff that's been a little bit off. Here I think we just got a jam pocket fours. We do. Take it down. I think flatting is fine here. Try and set mine. Um, it's an interesting spot here in terms of like see bet or don't see bet. Um, I guess I'm fine see betting this here, having the two overs. I don't want to have a go check check, and all of a sudden we get a bad turn card for us. And yeah, I think this bet sizing is fine. He calls. Um, on this two, I think we just got to continue barreling. We could just honestly, I think we just better off just jamming it. Actually, he easily can have an eight here, and we're gonna be able to get his whole stack when he does call. It would suck if he had two, but like, what twos is he really gonna have except for maybe like ace two, ace two suited? Be the only, and there's only two combos of that. So I think the more likely scenario is guy he's gonna have a pair of eights. Could have ace eight, possibly king eight. We don't have much of a sample size on him. Could have ace eight. He would have king eight. Could have seven eight. Could have nine eight. Obviously the pocket eights, which would really suck for us, but I think a lot of times pocket eights, which would be a set, would probably end up maybe not jam us because he's not going to jam us. But I mean, if he has that, it is what it is, and it sucks. But I think we just jam it here and get full value from an eight. And if he doesn't have an eight, I'll just probably fold. He does call it, and he actually had ace two. So he did have ace two. I said two combos of ace two. He actually did have ace two. But that's how you do it. We just rivet to 10 and get the boat. So he can put that. We can put that in his pipe and smoke it. Jam. Fold. I mean, it is a fold. Definitely fold the 10-5 there. Um, let's see, 14 bigs, 12 bigs, 48, 14, 11, 37. Yeah, I think this is an open here. I folded it. I think this is another open I've been missing. Let's just say this is roughly 30 effective. Obviously, all those different stack sizes around. Let's just say it's 30 effective. Middle position. It might be close. Yeah, it's 50-50. Finish 50-50. One or the other. So I never mind like cutting out these particular hands. Definitely want to open this. Whoa. I do not think this is good. Not really worried about any like rejam stacks in front of us. I mean, a couple guys are three betting, but I mean, this guy only has six hands, 62 hands. So I think this is probably pretty bad. It's not as bad as I thought. We can fold it 20% of the time, but I don't think this is the time we want to fold it. I think we want to fold it more when we have stacks in front of us that could rejam us and we have to fold it. So I think this should have been open. Definitely gonna call this here. I don't know why I folded here. Should be calling all suited cards there, no matter what. Jack seven suited. This guy can rejam. We got to fold. This guy can rejam. We got to fold. This guy can rejam. We got three rejam stacks in front of us. Um, Jack seven suited in the cutoff. It really depends on how close this is. Let's look at about 20 bigs. Yeah, I mean it's on the cusp. We get a limp it too, which is an option. Something that I am doing from time to time. So actually, I don't think folding is an option. I think this actually would have been a good spot just to open limp here with Jack seven suited. Actually, I think would have been the better play here. Could possibly still play a flop here, and like if this guy were to like maybe just raise a small, we can call in position, and fold to like jams here with the 14 bigs and the 13 bigs. So yeah, I think we should have opened like that there, and that's the bottom of our Jack suited range there. Ace three is another one. Let's see. We're up against a guy who has 20 bigs, opening two big blinds. Um, yeah, just another one of those like really annoying spots where we call. He could jam us. He could jam. He can jam. He can raise or jam. Ace three suited becomes just kind of awkward. We're in the hijack. I'm gonna say about 20 bigs. Yes, 20 bigs effective. So hijack versus middle position. About 20 bigs. And yeah, it's actually a pure fold here. So good folds. Definitely fold that. We are getting close to the money. It's a 1750 3500 level, and I said 2000 4000 level is in the money. So we are getting close to the money now. Here, clear jam versus a player who has 1.59 big blinds. Spot we definitely want to rejam. Um, I think I folded this here because we are getting close to the money. Is my guess. Um, it's interesting. Let me go check. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put the payouts in ICMizer right now and figure out how many players were left here at this point by looking at my video, and I'll be right back, and then we'll see if this was a good fold or if this was a bad fold here. All right, so this is my video from the other day, and it looks like um, we were nine away from the money. So let me figure out how we're gonna do this. I'm not gonna recreate because there are 90 places pay. I'm not gonna recreate this in ICMizer. That would freaking take forever. But what I'm going to do is I think I can grab. Let me grab like I want because I want a tournament that. Let me see what kind of options I have on ACR because then we just want to recreate. I want to kind of recreate. I want something like semi deep. 17 page. Let me look at the Poker Star stuff. Yeah, this one's perfect actually. We can actually look at this one here, the 750 man. So 99 places pay in this particular tournament. So we want 108 players left. So we're going to kind of gauge this here, kind of figure this out from an ICM perspective on if this was a really bad jam or not, a really bad fold or not. So let's paste this in here. We're going to make this ICM, and the prize pool. Is it significant here? I don't think so. The prize pool was 5,000. It's actually pretty cool. It's a good way to do this. The prize pool is 5,000. Then we'll go to MTT mode. This at 99, so that's 108 players remaining. And average stack at this point, I can actually look at my video, is 97,969 was the average stack. So let's run this here, and now we can take a look. This is with 99 getting paid in this particular example, close to recreating it. Because the thing is, like here in a tournament like this, even though we're not have the money, people drop really quickly. So it would only take like about 3 or 4 hands to actually get into the money, which could make this a good fold here. No, we should be jamming it. We should be jamming it. So yeah, this is a little bit of in that case, this is a little bit of a tight fold. Then our opponent only 32 hands, but our opponent was pretty tight. So if we tighten our opponent's range a little bit, he seemed like pretty tight. I have his VPIP at about 13%. But let's just say this right here is 10%. I think we can give him like an even tighter range like this than that range that they gave him. I don't think the range they gave him was like very realistic. Give him like Queen 9, King 9, Queen 9. Jack 9, 10, 9. Give him a range like this. I'm going to put in 5s too. And I mean, it could just be the fact that we are still not out of the money that this still becomes more of a jam. So yeah, if we tighten up his range significantly, and I think like the range that we gave him is a zillion times more realistic than the range that that ICMI's a game by default. And actually, 8s is a fold here. And then we did make a good fold. Looks like we really would be jamming 10s plus an ace jack, and 10s like even 10s is not printing. Jacks is even printing even. Queens like not really printing. Like these are all yellow hands. It's just it doesn't love us in this spot when we're not enough in the money versus a player who's much tighter. But ace becomes a clear fold here, and I think this is a much more realistic range than the original range that that IC Miser gave him. So if that's the case, then this ends up being a good fold. Looks like our range is wrong, but we would have gotten destroyed. So let's just see. Like if we gave him, I mean, we weren't that far off with the suited aces either. I don't think. And if we just gave him like all suited aces, does that change much? I don't think it's going to change too much, honestly. Yeah, I mean, doesn't really change that much at all. Adds on like another ace jack here, king jack suited, but pocket eight still be a fold. So good fold. King nine could definitely be fold here. So let me see what was my first hand after we were in the money here. Just so I have an idea. So we know how much is the bubble or not. So it looks like the pocket tens hand here is the last hand before the bubble. Just last hand before the bubble burst. So good to know. Ace queen off. I mean, all these stacks in front of us here. I'm all covered. They're all 11 big blind stacks, so super easy jam here on the bubble. Jack nine suited. I think we could fold Jack nine suited. This is an interesting spot. This is one I kind of wanted to run also. Let's take a look at this one as well. Let's see how many were left when I had Jack nine suited. Let's get this here. I don't know about Jack nine suited hand even is. Okay. I didn't see Jack nine suited. Jack nine suited is a phantom hand that doesn't really exist, but yet it's right here. So go figure. It never happened. Here's the pocket tens hand. So this is the money bubble. It was supposedly right before the tens hand. I could. Where is it? So it's like on a direct bubble, right? The 10-10. Where'd the 10-10 go? I just gotta see this. So it's just like a wasted video. You can always fast forward past this if you don't want to watch this. You know what it was? It must have been so fast. Yoda over there would have been. Oh, you know what it is? I folded it like instantly. That's why. This is like three, three off the money. Three off the money. So this one was 99, so that would be 102. And average stack is 104, 301. And paste hand history. This is three off the money, technically. And yeah, it's not even close. Not even close. We jam all of our suited aces. We do jam all of our suited aces. Ace jack off is eh. Ace queen off a little bit better. And for pocket pairs, I mean, you see the pocket pairs really in these ICM spots are just not very profitable as jams. Anyway, pocket tens here. I think this is now officially in the money, and we're in the big blind. So we get the open here from a player who has 13 bigs. Always very odd. And I think we just rejam it in their face. I just called it. I think maybe I called it just because it's just odd that he's just opening like that, and not jamming himself. Also, it's possible that I didn't know we were in the money yet because sometimes it's delayed on when you're in the money. When he decides to check back, this is interesting. I don't know how I feel about this. I decided to bet big here. I don't know if I like that because I mean he could definitely be checking back pocket queens, pocket jacks here. Um, I don't really see what this bet accomplishes besides it's just really going to fold out worse hands. Like if you open up with pocket nines, pocket eights, things like that, he's going to be folding that. So I mean, he shouldn't be, but I mean he's also only got 11 bigs. So I don't see what the purpose of this bet is here. I think it's a pretty bad bet. Take down the pot, of course, but good chances we just fold that worse. So, pot. When we get a worse hand to fold, it doesn't really do much for us. 16 bigs here. You get 3x open, 3x open. I think we just got to rip this here. No questions asked. We do. Take it down. So we are now officially in the money. Definitely going to be open. We could actually jam this here. We got a 7 big blind stack, 7 big blind stack, 8 big blinds, 10 big blinds. I actually just don't mind jamming this here. I mean, the other option is we can open and then call off a jam as well, which is going to probably be the more profitable play to go, is open and then call off a jam, which I think we would really have to do here. Or we just jam it ourselves. The problem with jamming it ourselves is we just let them play perfectly. We let them fold a lot where we can have them jam on us. It's just much more profitable going that route. Or I don't know what the hell I did here. Or I could fold, which is pretty terrible, actually. So this was not an option. I don't know what the hell I was doing there, honestly. Very bad. Should have just jammed or opened. Definitely not fold. I mean, I could limp first even more than folding is just not even close to an option there. Definitely want to open this up. Again, all these tiny stacks in front of us. We can fold to a jam here. I don't think this is profitable to call. Let's take a look at this one. Not really sure. We can go back to chip EV now, since we're not in an ICM spot. Yeah, I mean, my God, super profitable to call. Um, Got to call here. So this is a spot I'm going to tell you right now. I'm just like missing a ton. I'm missing this a ton here. Not even close. Like I mean, look, we can call ace 10 offsuit, queen 10 offsuit, jack. So, I know myself here. I'm just calling way too tight in these spots. Just taking a look at it there. So that's definitely a mistake. Fucking nines. There's some tough spots here. I end up folding this. I think I'm folding this because I mean we got a player who's 15-10. He's jamming 16 big blinds. Man, I feel like this is just another fold. I bet it's gonna be profitable to call, but I don't know. I mean, I guess because you could always have ace king or something like that. I guess we should call. We could have ace queen. It's just like 16 big blinds is huge. Yeah, we could see here eights plus. Again, it's the arrow kind of nines. I mean, just I think nines are just always gonna be profitable to go all in with most times, except for maybe in ICM spots. But we just got to go with it. I mean, because he could always have ace king, So I mean, at that point, freaking, if we take a look at, I mean, how much equity freaking like 9-9 has versus tight jamming range, and what's the jamming range that they give him? I mean, they're giving him this entire jamming range, which again, this is not the thing is like this is not realistic, right? He's not jamming this stuff. I don't think he's even like I don't think he's jamming aces and kings either, because he's not jamming aces and kings and queens too, which is not like and that's like another issue. He's not jamming aces and kings. Maybe he's jamming queens. Yeah, I mean, still like we do that, and nine's even more of a slam dunk here. So yeah, I mean, we got like if we just take a look at just equity here, we just freaking I don't like keep on saying freaking by the way. We paste this that range and pocket nines. It's got 56% equity. So this is definitely spots. I'm missing 16 big blinds. Seems like so nutted, but it's not aces. It's not kings. Maybe it's tens. Maybe it's jacks. But it could be ace king. Could be ace queen. Could be ace jack. So it's a spot we just got to call. Grab some chips. Put ourselves in position to win. Doesn't feel great, but the math says it's pretty damn good. Ace 10 off here. Definitely a jam. Much rather jam there than open call off. We can do that too, but which is probably gonna be more profitable. But just make it easy. Jam it. Uh, 16 bigs here. We could limp. We could jam. I don't really think opening is much of an option here. I decided to limp it, and I like to just stab here. Let's fold it. I don't think I even need to stab that big. I could just stab one big blind. This is just awkward. I think it's fold here. Honestly, I don't know what the hell to do, but four players. We have ace check off. Really, our only option here is fold or jam. And given the 2.5 big blind open, while there's like a crap load of dead money out there, I just am not confident enough that we're going to get the folds we want. Yeah, I don't know. This is interesting. I'm not really sure. But, when you do that, then you see that flop come out. You can see what they had. No. Fold it. Pocket aces. We just jam it. We get the call. They do it. That's how you do it. I'm gonna try and speed through a lot of this here now. Um, I think we just gotta call this off here. That's how you beat pocket aces, by the way. Spoiler alert, that's how you beat pocket aces. You just flop enough flush. Fold that's fine. Here, check, check call, check raise. I think I'm fine with check calling. I did raise it, take it down. Otherwise, fine. Let me open it up. Yeah, either way, we could bet, we could check. I don't mind betting here, especially versus big blind. Bet small. I did check back. I think I like the betting option better. We're just going to call down here versus small bets. King six. I bet on the king turn. Get a call. And I mean, we could bet, we could check. I don't know what else we're really getting called worse though is the problem. Only like hand that's worse than ours. That's top pair is king five. So yeah, check lines, check back's fine. That might call us there. Throw in bigs. I'm okay flying this here. We get three bet two. Flying's fine. We got players pretty much roll in and nicker. Go either way, I think. Yeah, I think we can fold this. We do have the backdoor flusher. We do have a straight. We have a gut shot, but it's a bottom end gut shot. 10 comes out. We can still be losing. So I think we just fold this up. Pocket queens. Definitely want to three bet this here. And get a jam. Another jam. We got to call it. This was a controvert. This is the. I remember I was streaming. This was super controversial. I did run it previously, and I mean we got to be calling this all day. This was really really bad. This is what this is the play that I'm going to say might have cost me the tournament right here. When I fold these pocket queens here, it was pretty bad. I can show you guys just how bad it was. We did go over this on stream that night, twitch.tv/PokerDad2878. But we'll see here. This is not good. I mean, it's yeah. So, but we went over this on stream the other night, and yeah, it was not one of my proudest moments, especially when you see this crap. But it happened. We move on from it. We learn. Don't fold queens. King nine suited. And as you can see, after that queen's hand, we went completely card dead. It was like the poker gods were like just saying basically, all right, you made that stupid fold. Now you can go screw yourself. I don't like this fold here. We got to call 6-9 offsuit here. We can't be folding really any cards to a two big blind, small blind open. Even at this stacked up, so it was a bad fold. I'm pretty sure that fold came though. Like at that point, I was like pretty frustrated with myself on stream, and I was trying to run that queen hand. Probably why I folded there. Can we rejam this here? Now we are not final two tables yet. Final two tables of this was the 12.5, 25K level, so we're not there yet. I'm gonna lean no. I'm gonna lean no. We'll see. And it's a it's a just a, it's just a, we can. It's not even close to printing, so I'm okay passing on that spot. A lot of these spots have been close, except the ones that haven't been. Easy fold, obviously. Definitely a jam here. Good. Again, definitely a jam here. Yeah, 15 bigs, we can fold it. It's gonna be fold. Definitely jamming versus the limp here. Um, I mean, we can jam. It's profitable, but again, this is not gonna be printing, which is why I think I passed on it. This is weird. I mean, this guy's got 5.4 big blinds. He's opening up two big blinds. Can we get him to fold? I definitely am not folding here. We can call, and if we hit a queen, if we hit a 10, if we hit an open ender or anything like that, we can then jam flop. It just is like weird when somebody with this stack size is opening up two big blinds. Either they're just completely clueless or they're trapping. Could be either. When he does that, it's like, it's probably a trap. And then you see him do it again, and you're like, maybe he's just not very good. So then we definitely want to rejam him here. And he calls, and yeah, he had 8-7 suited, and yep, we won. All right, this I think this should be final two tables here. I think this should be final two tables. Let's first hand the final 5-2. Queen, the queen 10, the big blind is final two tables. Pretty sure. Let's see who's at the table. Who's okay? To my right was Bradisco. Uh, I don't think this is. We must have got. I think I got. I must have got moved tables at some point. Let's just see. We'll see. Um, I mean, this is final two tables. No, I think we're about to hit the. We're about to hit final two tables. Yeah, we're definitely calling this here. By the way, not even a question. Take it down. Okay, now, so now this is officially final two tables. So the final two tables now we have to do have to look at some ICM factors that are going to come into play here. So we're going to jump back and forth between We're going to jump back and forth, looking at some ICM spots. If they should happen to come up. This is fine. With big blind open. I mean, it's just one of these things. It's like you're never thrilled about it with ace two offsuit. I'm fine folding it, especially now. Like we're falling through tables. We're going to be playing a little bit tighter here now. Um, I'm sure this is a profitable call. Let's take a look at this one here. All right, so we'll final two tables. Let's see where this king queen hand is. I want to make sure we get the number of players correct here, so it can be as precise as possible. Let's see. There are 14 players left at this point. And average stack at this point was 692, 857. And yeah, king queen out. King queen off should be a fold. One thing I just want to do, I'm going to put the. I'm using this Poker Stars payouts right now. Let me actually put the actual payouts from this tournament in for the last 14 players. Yeah, so I put the actual payouts to this tournament in ICMizer, and yeah, I mean this just becomes like a super clear fold here with king queen off. We can call pocket eights, which is pocket nines, we're making a lot more money. Pocket tens, slam dunk. Definitely fold there. Queen nine off, we can definitely open. Although I think I'm just playing a lot tighter here, final the table, so not opening. But I think I could definitely open the queen nine off there. King ten off, same thing. I definitely can open this here. So I'm playing I think I'm playing a little bit too tight. I know it's supposed to be tight here, final the tables, but I think tighter calling. But I think we should be like we're at a couple of spots. I think we missed some opens. Could limp this. This is an interesting spot. I don't mind calling here. We don't always have to rejam. Obviously, we profitable rejam, but we can call here too, and we can flop the nuts. I could check. We could raise. I'd rather just call. I mean, we can call. We can raise. I'd rather just call here. I think raising is going to result in too many folds, and we just jam ourselves here. It's interesting. I decided not to jam. I think I did this just to try and induce him to jam on us. Not sure how often that's going to work. Maybe jamming would be better because it doesn't look as strong. Or he could just have absolutely nothing, so it doesn't really matter. I think final two tables here, I'm just okay limping this here and then calling a raise. And definitely stabbing here. This guy, if I remember correctly, was not really putting much pressure on me. King seven here, 19 bigs. I'm definitely okay opening this. Yeah, I'm way too tight here. I know again. I know it's final two tables, but I'm definitely missing some key opens here. I think. Definitely got a call. Um, this is another weird spot. I think I can raise still with the ace as well. Pair of twos. Um, I don't really like calling here. I think I'd rather just raise it. I don't see what calling's going to accomplish unless now it goes check down to showdown. Yes, I'm playing just super tight. Definitely want to bet here. And yeah, kind of unfortunate. I guess we would have raised and life would have sucked for us, but that's okay. I still like the raise better than the call. But again, we're playing super tight, so plus that was also the FT bubble. We don't want to bust. So I guess that's fine because if this is like literally the FT bubble here, like we don't want to bust. But we do now get to the final table with 13 big blinds. So we're at the final table, 13 big blinds. We have 18 big blind stack, 33 big blind stack, 27, 19, 16, and 28. So chip leader right here. This guy here, I remember correctly, was the best player at the table. Everybody else here was kind of just, they were just there, I guess. Some solid players, but this guy here was the cream of the crop. There was definitely a lot of passive play, a lot at this table. Kind of weird, some weird players you'll see. Um, but we are the short stack at the table right now. I think these guys definitely have some ICM pressure on them. Um, Obviously, these two have ICM pressure on them. Uh, Pump the nuts to a certain extent, obviously, and Broke Shark is definitely can play table captain. As for us right now, our game is gonna be pretty darn standard here. The 12 bigs. Oh, there's Filipino guy here also as well. So Filipino guy's actually just shorty. He just appeared out of nowhere, and Ibanco appeared out of nowhere too. So did he appear? I don't know. Who knows? So yeah, I think we should jam here. Hmm. I think we should. I think this is a jam. Let's take a look. Well, I'll be honest. In game, I didn't really envision this here. But Ace four is a jam. Ace five is a jam. Ace six is not a jam. Ace seven is a jam. Yeah. I don't really know why, but it's not a jam. Interesting. We can see, by the way, that we're jamming all this other suited stuff here, all these broadways and all that stuff, but not a jam for whatever reason. Pocket two is jam, three jam, four jam, not eight six offsuit. And this is another interesting spot here. I end up folding. Yeah, let me look at this. Let me look at this spot here. Ace ten suited. When the Filipino guy jams, we only have 10 bigs. We have them covered. I think this has got to be a call. I think this has to be a call. But let's see. It's interesting. Again, ICM. The other thing is here, this guy only has 9 bigs too. So, I mean, there's a lot of ICM pressure on us. But I think, like, just for future game purposes, I think grabbing his chips is going to help us out substantially. No, all right. Pure fold. What if I put future game on? Let's think if I put future game on. What, like, how that changes things. Now is it a call, or is it still a pure fold? Good to see I did the right thing in game. That's nice. Nope, still like not even close. We got the small arrow in this one. So ace queen, pocket tens. Maybe it's not that interesting, which is why I folded. Looks like, by the way, Filipino guy doubled up. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's his name, Filipino guy. He's a guy who's Filipino. Yeah, I'm totally happy calling here. Wouldn't mind just throwing out a small stab bet here. Just like one big blind, take down the spot. I took it down anyway. Might have even gotten value there. Go check, check. Like we could bet one big, he calls, and possibly he calls and goes check, check, river, and we still take down the pot and get an extra big blind out of it. Definitely on a jam here. I think. Just looking at stacks around. I mean, you got the 2 11 big blind stacks, but definitely I jam this. Pocket fours, we definitely let that go. Queen Jack, I think final table here we can fold is fine. And we get our first ladder. Um, 12 bigs. See, Chippy V, this would be 100% jam. We are in last. Only Hunter Rot has less chips than us by a fraction. So Chippy V, this would be a jam, a close jam, not like it's slam dunk. So let's see. I see him. I'm going to assume it's going to be a fold. And yeah, we're pretty much jamming the box. Some of the suited nines with broadways as well. All the suited aces. Pocket fours plus. Bronco is gone. Down to 7. Jam Jack 10 offsuit here, bottom of spine, which is fine. TF was pretty passive. And we're just jamming it all day. Not even a question. Again, jam King 10. King Queen off 10 bigs, definitely a jam it. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a big blind. Filipino guy limps into us, we're definitely jamming him. We're down to 6. We're down to 6, by the way. We lost somebody. Who did we lose? We lost somebody. We are down to the final 6 here. Definitely see. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can probably pass on this one. Again, Chippy V just would be a jam. Let's take a look at it. ICM is just so hard. Chippy V is super easy. ICM is hard as F. Yeah, it's a fold. It's a fold. Yeah, Ace Nine's a fold too. Very similar jamming range to the one we just looked at, actually. Pocket Jack's easy. Jam. Nice to get a walk at the final table when you're the shorty. That told me right there that Filipino guy was like not really the best. It's the best way I could put it. We do get the flush right here. We can do one of two things here. We can stab or we can check jam. We'll stab. I think we just go the lower variance route, take it down. Instead of having to like check jam and pray to God we get a flush. Weird. I guess this is good. This is interesting. Like we could open, call off. We can limp. We can open jam. I'm almost just partial to making life easy, jamming, and just having these guys fold. I don't want to really open call off. So I go with the jam here. Interesting thing to look at. Let's take a look at this one real quick and see what's the most probable route here when ICM is in play. So we take a look at ICM. And we'll take a look at open jamming first. And we can see that that's making us $3.15. But if we were to open, and let's see, if we were to open, min open here, and then call off small blind, who's, going to be jamming tighter. What do we do? And then we'll get big blind as well. So that would be fold. So that would be a fold. We'd have to fold King Jack suited there. We don't even need to look at big blind now. This makes sense. So obviously then we know open jamming is super profitable compared to that option. We'd have to fold. So jamming, good option. Pocket aces. Here I just prefer to flat. I don't want to raise jam and have them fold it off. I don't want to raise. I don't want to jam, have them fold. So I prefer to flat with the aces. Just call. And multi-way. Definitely want to raise here on this board. I don't think I need to jam it. We can just raise it, call for jam. And that's what I do. I raise it. And, we're going to take it down. Like we're going to win that pot most of the time right there. Not too often that we're going to face more aggression. But we get more chips than we would have, obviously, if we would have just like open, like if we would have just rejammed there instead, or even 3-bet. Free. So I like that with pocket aces. Here you got Hunter Rot, who I said was probably the best player at the table, and Filipino guy jam. So Filipino guy was like super passive. So at least he seemed passive. His stats don't look passive actually when I look at his stats, but it just felt that way. We get this open here from Him the Nuts. I'm not really sure here. Again, we could jam. We could 3-bet. 3-bet call off a jam. Don't love that. Just jam ourselves. Call. I don't love that. I don't really love anything here, honestly. I did decide to call. Good flop for us, though. We could check. We could raise. We can call. I don't really feel like our hand needs it. It doesn't really have protection, but it's a good hand to raise. Problem is, like, when we raise here, like, what's he calling with? He's not really calling with much of anything. unless we're fortunate enough that he has like king queen or king jack, which would be the point of raising here, is to get called by the weaker queens, queen king, queen jack. So I guess for that purpose, I kind of talk myself into raising here, and I do. He folds. I raised like that was a pretty big raise. I think 2.7, 8.1. I don't know why I raised it so big. Definitely not calling. He's definitely not calling to raise it that big, but maybe raise it 2.5x. But I mean, that guy was also c betting a lot too. So I probably could have gotten him to. If I would just called, I probably could have gotten him to then bet turn, considering like he was double barreling a lot too. Definitely gonna flat. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Should flat that all day. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we got a guy with 11 bigs and 9 bigs. I mean, cut off open. I think we got a call there. Yeah, I'm okay just calling here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think we just got to call that. I had my tight pants on clearly, but in position, I think we got to definitely call there. All right, this is a hand. This is an interesting hand actually. I brought this to a bunch of my study groups. Ultimately, I feel like this really should be a fold here. When this guy decides to flat, considering that we are final table here. We got a shorty over here, 8 bigs. We're pretty much even with this guy, not too far off from here. I mean, we're all pretty much look at them. The stacks are all pretty even. That I don't think we really want to be playing a multi-way pot here with Queen Jack suited. We're pretty much hoping to basically hit a flush, or like if we don't hit a flush, our top pair may never be good if we have a queen, if we have a jack. Yeah, so I think this actually really should have been a fold. And we check. This guy who's been c betting a ton, but again, he's c betting in a multi-way pot. We should probably just fold this here. I think this is pretty bad in retrospect when we call. We do have a gut shot. We do have back to a flush draw, but it's just going to be so hard to play turn river. If a diamond comes out, it's like, eh. Now, like we're putting ourselves in just, I feel like, just a big world of hurt here when we call. And then this freaking ace of diamonds comes out, which is the absolute worst card in the world here. If it was a low card, I would have. I was saying on the stream, if this is a low card that comes out, we can definitely lead. But this is a card we cannot lead on at all. And it becomes a spot now like we can't freaking fold either because we have a straight flush draw. Oh, it's just brutal in every way. So, and I said to myself, I didn't say to myself, I said on the stream too. I said, if you bet small, I mean, we're just going to call. And he gave us an amazing price and just we really couldn't fold. And then we completely bricked the river. He jams it. And we just got to fold, obviously. I think that this was the hand I feel like that really probably cost me this final table. And yeah, I had a bunch of people review it, and consensus was it probably wasn't not the best played hand in the world. Here we got jam to king queen. And we get called by ace king, and we are done. And that's it. We've ended up finishing in 6th place. We finished in 6th place for $178 off an $11 buy-in. So overall, I think I mean, after reviewing this tournament, I don't think I made many huge blunders. I don't really think I made that many huge blunders at all. Maybe the biggest blunder I kind of think about is a spot where I folded nines pre-flop. Obviously, we know the pocket queens hand was the blunder of all blunders. That fold. My biggest blunders was some folds all ins where I was still playing a little bit tight. That's something I'm working on. So, but yeah, I think it was a good review. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Do me a favor if you not hit that. If you enjoy the video, please click the thumbs up. It helps me out. Also, please subscribe here on YouTube as well. Also, I have a Twitch channel as well. Make sure you go check that out. I stream, usually a couple nights a week, generally. Twitch.tv/PokerDad2878. Follow me on Twitter at PokerDad20 at PokerDad2878. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching the video. And until next time, PokerDad